Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss about colloidal solution. First of all, its definition. So colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture in which the size of the solid particles are too small to be seen with naked eye but big enough to scatter light. So again in this, the most important point in the definition of colloidal solution is that it is a heterogeneous mixture because it is not having uniform composition throughout. Although colloidal solution, it appears to us to be homogeneous in nature, but actually when it is observed under microscope, it is found that it is heterogeneous in nature. Now the particles of the solute particles in case of colloidal solution, they are very small, and that is why we can't observe them through our naked eye, but we can observe them through microscope. The other thing is that in case of colloidal solution, which is one of the most important property, is that it is showing Tyndall effect. That means all the colloidal solution, they show Tyndall effect. That means they scatter light when beam of light is passed through it. Now the solute particles are called dispersed phase, and the medium in which they are distributed is called the dispersion medium. So here it is said that the solute particles in colloidal solution, it is said to be dispersed phase, and the medium in which these solute particles are distributed, it is said to be dispersion medium. That means dispersed phase is equivalent to that solute in solution, and dispersion medium is equivalent to solvent in solution. So like that also, just by comparing with the solute and solvent, which are the components of solution, you can understand dispersed phase and dispersion medium, these two terms which we are using for colloidal solution. Now the next thing is the properties. So for properties, the first one is a colloidal solution is heterogeneous in nature, which is the first point in definition also, consisting of two phases called the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, like we discussed. Second point is the size of the colloidal particles lies in the range of 1 to 100 nanometer. So this you can easily understand when you will compare the size of the the size of the particles in case of solution and the size of solid particles of suspension. So we discussed for solution that the size of particles in solution, it is less than 1 nanometer, and the particles of suspension, their size is more than 100 nanometer. And for the size of the colloidal particles, it is 1 to 100 nanometer, which is in between those of true solutions and suspensions. I hope it's clear to you. That means the size of the colloidal particles, it is in between those of true solution and suspension. Third one is the colloidal particles are invisible to naked eye but can be seen with microscope. Fourth, colloidal solutions are a stable mixture. Now see, we discussed about colloidal solution. The first property is that it is heterogeneous mixture. This is also the property of suspension, but suspension is a heterogeneous mixture, but it is also unstable in nature. But in case of colloidal solution, it is heterogeneous mixture, but it is stable in nature. For example, milk. The most common example of colloidal solution is milk. And we know that if we used to keep milk for a few hours or even for days inside refrigerator, the components of that milk, it is not getting separated out. The milk is an example of colloidal solution which clearly shows that it is stable in nature. When we are keeping it undisturbed, it is not gets break, or it is not getting separated. So that is why we can say that it is stable in nature, like solutions are stable mixture. Now the fifth and the last point is the components of colloidal solution cannot be separated by filtration because colloidal particles pass through filter paper. Again, for this last property, we have to consider the size of colloidal particles. So the size of colloidal particles, though they are more than, or though they are bigger than size of the particles of solution, but still if we are applying the process of filtration and if we want to separate the components of colloidal solution, we won't be able to do so by the process of filtration because the size of the colloidal particles, they are smaller than the size of the holes of filter paper. So when we are passing colloidal solution through filter paper, then we won't be able to separate the components. Like you can do this with milk also. If you are having filter paper, if you are simply passing milk through filter paper, you will find that the components, they are not getting separated. And that is why for colloidal solution we apply different technique. One different method is there, which is said to be centrifugation. Now this particular centrifugation technique we apply for colloidal solutions only. So the best example is that of milk. Like if we have to separate fat or cream from milk, or if we have to separate butter from cream. So these are the different examples. Apart from that, also the other common example is that of the dryer compartment of washing machine. So what is centrifugation? Basically, when we are rotating mixture at very high speed, then the lighter particles, they will get to the surface, or they will acquire the upper part, whereas the heavier particle, or having the particle having high density, will form the lower part. So that is the you can say principle of centrifugation. So you should know about this also. This technique of centrifugation, it is syllabus, it is a part of the syllabus of pre midterm, and it is very important.